your boy CJ Goodfella back on the boxing grind, early morning grind. Happy Friday, good Friday to all, man. Much blessings to everybody out here. Getting ready to enter the weekend. We back, talk some real trail boxing talk, and shout out to the homie Blue Blood Sports who caught this video. Hunt down the article, read the article. Talking about it's an update on Wilder and Joshua, and I'll get my 2 points on it, or my few points on it. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, he got the contract 4 days later after Eddie Hearn was supposed to send it. When they did get the contract, Eddie was rushing them, and a lot of the UK fans and fans that don't like Deontay Wilder, which is just not UK fans, was rushing Deontay Wilder, saying that he need to hurry up and sign the contract. And like I said, a lot of these dudes, they ain't never made a business deal in their life. Only deal they really ever did was sign the W-4s, or the I-9s to go work at their job. So they don't know how to really get money on their own or how to really do a business venture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes is used to bending over and working all the time. They don't know how to get no money outside of 9 to 5, or they don't know how to be independent and hash out deals. And when you talk about deals, you always want to have somebody read over the contract. That's what you got a manager for. That's what you got lawyers for. That's what you got advisors for. And they read over the contract according to Shelly Finkel, and I'll link the article source in the description. And he said it was 2 sticking points that they had to ask Eddie about. They said they emailed Eddie Monday, and now it's Friday. Eddie hasn't reached back out to him about the 2 sticking points in the contract. And you remember when Anthony Joshua got the $50 million deal, contract, whatever they sent to him. And he had some questions about Al Heyman, about the contract. And Al Heyman got back to them very, very fast. He got back to him very, very fast, man, And Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua said, yeah, he answered all the questions. And then, a couple of days later, they turned down a $50 million deal and started crying about that. We only want to fight in the UK. And, so that's what that is right there, man. That's what that is. They got 2 questions, 2 sticker points. And people going to say, you see Deontay Wilder stalling the fight. At the end of the day, people going to continue to say what they want to say. But everybody's seen, this dude turned out $50 million. You got people saying, well, Deontay Wilder had $50 million. He didn't show proof of funds. He showed proof of funds. There's a whole article out there on Boxing Scene when Eddie said we about 70% done and all this. You know what I'm saying? And they keep calling their bluff. And obviously, Eddie is trying to get that Povetkin deal done behind closed doors. And also, he is busy. He does have the announcement of the Zone venture. It's supposed to be the Netflix of boxing. Supposed to be next week or the week after next. And he's going to be unveiling the 16 or how many fighters he's signed to the Zone and the price of the Zone. So, he is a busy man. But, the writing has been on the wall. And the reason I continue to do videos is to create a paper trail on this shit, man. Basically, where I can always go back and reference, see, this is the article, this is that article, this is what happened. See, I said that, and it's the consistency, and I can always revert back to that. Just like I can always revert back to Joshua Duck and Luis Ortiz. I always can revert back to that because I did so many videos on it and linked articles. And that's important to link an article, too, because all the time you can't find articles on Boxing or Google or research. I can always just type in my boxing channel name and type it in the subject in the YouTube channel. It's going to bring up my video and all the articles I put in there. See, that's the difference. That's the big difference. So I always can go back and reference and don't have to go search for stuff because I already covered it. And I know I said I was going to stop doing it, but it's interesting. And people like to hear about it. And if you guys like to hear about it, I'm going to continue to speak on it. But like I said, they trying to get that Povetkin deal done as well. And I said, Daddy got a lot of stuff going on, but, they emailed each other. If you email, you can't reach them, you need to hit them on the hotline. The hotline bling the homie and see what's going on. But obviously, he trying to get the Povetkin deal done, but, he trying to sweeten the pot for Povetkin and take the deal, but he got to understand Povetkin want to drag this to purse bid and have that fight in Russia. So, it's just a brief update. Shelly Finkel got a few questions, and people will still say Deontay Wilder is this and that, but at the end of the day, Eddie sent the contract 4 days late. Eddie's not responding to the emails about the 2 questions they got about the contract. Eddie had his fighter turn down $50 million when they had proof of funds and they had clarification on a few sticking points they had from Al Heyman himself. He clarified all of that. Before that, AJ said, "Give me $50 million, I'll sign online the next day." They gave him $50 million plus 50% of the revenue. You know, and then before that, he said he ain't ready for Deontay Wilder, not 2018, not 2019, not 2020. Maybe not like, 21 or 22? This is all him saying. And then a little bit after all of that, in between all this, Barry Hearn said, "Oh, I don't want him to take the fight. I don't want him to take the fight." They don't want him to take the fight. That's a fact. And you know why they want to take the fight? Because if he loses, Matchroom is done. Like I said, man, Al Heyman is destroying promoters one promoter at a time. They're trying to sue him, but they can't touch him. And that's why I'm about to get into this next video, man. It's going to be a real in-depth video. You know, really, really in-depth video about what's going on between this old media and this new media war, and some of the treasons that's going on with some of this new media. So, it's the Boxing Clinic of More. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow, man. I definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting the channel. Remember, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The links are in the description. If you want to donate, the PayPal link is there as well. Definitely feeling blessed, you know, and definitely appreciate all the support, and we'll continue to push on. And y'all know what it is. One time for the one time we gone.